Man, you guys run a great show, dude. Like these questions I would have never thought of in a million years. A lot of the ones that we had. So
It's very rare that you find a movie that's a touch original. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to laugh out loud. You're going to be a little scared, and you're going to have a lot of fun.
Yo sí quiero aprovechar preguntándole a Brian sobre Whitechapel. Es que yo a él lo conocí por Whitechapel, es una historia totalmente loca. Entonces, antes de que Harley llegue y todo, quisiera preguntarle sobre cómo fue su experiencia en esta historia. Whitechapel.
Okay, before everything starts, John has me a favor to ask you about your acting in Whitechapel because he saw that movie and he was like, man, I had to ask him, Brian, so tell us about Whitechapel, man.
so I'm impressed that you saw Whitechapel. That's very cool. Whitechapel was a cool project just because it was done through a Hole in the Head Productions, which I'm one of the head people on, but it was mainly John Connor. He wrote the script. I think he co-wrote it, but man, that was a cool project. And I think the thing that comes to my head first when I think of Whitechapel is my awful Southern accent. I'm not great at doing accents, but it took place in a small Southern town. I did my best to do an accent, but man, that was a cool project. I'd be interested to hear what you guys thought of Whitechapel. Like that's cool that you know it.
I will ask John because I haven't watched it, but don't be surprised. John watched a lot of projects, man. He always impressed me.
Very cool.
I will ask it. John, te está preguntando Brian, ¿qué opinas tú de Whitechapel? Porque él dice que está sorprendido de que tú la hayas visto. Dice que es un proyecto que es más que todo, pues, la mente de John Connor, tú sabes, el que lo dirigió y el que los coescribió. Dice que, pues, Brian dice que a veces para él es muy complicado hacer acentos. Tiene un acento muy, muy del sur, pero que en Whitechapel aprovecharon al máximo el acento.
A mí me pareció una historia totalmente increíble. Yo la encontré hace ya rato en Vimeo, pero tendría que buscarlo nuevamente, pero porque está en inglés, o sea, el título, pero está con características, o sea, muy difícil de conseguir, o sea, entonces la historia es muy, muy entretenida, pero en el sentido de que la historia se deja manejar en un sentido de misterio, en un sentido de cómo pues el personaje pues de Brian evoluciona, pero obviamente debía tener un poco más a como lo fue en el inicio, como en His Choice. Ese sí me tardé en conseguir, creo que está en Dailymotion. Ese es el debut de él, creo, si no estoy mal.
Brian is crazy because John is also answering and comparing your role in Whitechapel and with His Choice. He saw His Choice. I don't know. When he watched it, he said that he was Whitechapel on Vimeo back in the days. But he says that in His Choice, you got like more, like this role showcase more of your character because he felt in Whitechapel that he loves the mystery and everything, but he felt that they should show you more. They should show more your character. So he loves more about His Choice. Man, I don't know where he was His Choice, but when we wait from Harley, tell us about His Choice, man.
Man, His Choice was like at the beginning of when I started everything. So that I'm incredibly impressed with Jhon. Like that's insane that you saw these movies. Like I love that, man, and I appreciate you watching this stuff. Like, when you're starting off as an actor, it's so hard to get anybody to see your work, and man, I appreciate that. That's just so cool that you saw all that. Yeah, I wish I could translate this myself, but...
Hablemos de la carrera de él antes de llegar a I Can't Have You. Ven, yo sí quisiera preguntarle, ¿usted le gustaría participar en un rol de una serie o de alguna película? ¿O cuál te siente más cómodo desde la historia vikinga? Porque créame que cuando vi Snow Angel, esa historia no la encontré completa, la encontré en fragmentos. y no sé si sea no sé, un video perdido o algo, o si se tiene que encontrar el de huevo, pero ¿dónde se puede ver? Y segundo, ¿qué tipo de vikingo le gustaría hacer?
Okay, John is trying to find the project Snow Angel. We know it's a short film, and there are two questions: where we can see this crazy project, and do you would like to participate more in series or movies about Vikings, knowing that they are on the high right now, man?
I mean, Vikings would be awesome. I don't, I don't know if that takes a certain kind of person to portray a Viking because they're so vicious. But I, yeah, I mean, absolutely, I would love to play my hand in it and see how I do. Um, but for me, I think my dream roles would be like a dark comedy. Like I love playing a comedic role, and I think I don't get seen as that a lot, which is kind of what we played with If I Can't Have You, is we kind of play with like stereotypes of what all of us as actors get casted as. So we kind of played off of that, but also um dude, I love superhero movies, and I would love to play in a superhero movie for sure.
John, bueno, creo que escuchaste ahí, ¿cierto? Él decía que para ser un vikingo se necesita de cierta maldad. Él dice que la maldad que le gusta interpretar es la de la comedia oscura, y por eso pues este proyecto If I Can Have You es muy bueno. Tú sabes muy bien que juega con todos los estereotipos de lo que se busca como un actor y todo, pero que el proyecto soñado él sería algo relacionado a superhéroes. Tú que eres el duro en eso, ¿lo ves en algún rol de algún
Sí,
superhéroe? ¿Pero
sí.
cuál?
Wow, man. A ver, a mí me gustaría verlo. Mire, últimamente las películas de Marvel, obviamente son para el público específico, pero a mí me gustaría ver un Marvel Drawings, o un Marvel Edgy, obviamente hay una parte de los cómics que mencionan a Marvel en modo zombies, en modo lo que es las desgracias de los superhéroes, pero a mí me gustaría verlo como un nuevo Hawkeye, pero es que hay otra versión Hawkeye
Sí.
que es así como él. Entonces, ¿le gustaría un rol estilo Vengador o qué tipo de rol soñado le gustaría estar en Marvel? DC?
I had to ask my friend John because he knows a lot about comics. He says that he saw you doing like a kind of Hawkeye, but not the Hawkeye that we know, that like the dark Hawkeye, the Hawkeye from the comics, and also one of the more dark comics from Marvel. But man, we had to ask you, what will be your dream role doing a hero or a comic character? Tell us.
Oh man, that's tough. I just like incorporating the dark humor into a hero role. It would be Deadpool, but I don't think anybody could do it better than Ryan Reynolds. So I don't think that one's up for grabs. But I honestly, I love Batman. I love Spider-Man. There's so many great heroes out there, and there are so many more that Marvel and other industries are exploring that people don't even really know about. Like you got Moon Knight, and nobody really knows anything about Moon Knight, but it's a big series now. So I'm not picky, man. Whatever people can see me as, I'd be just honored to play. So.
André, yo creo que tú sabes más de cómic, pero yo que día me leí dos historias referente, obviamente, yo y mi idea loca sobre cómo los actores que hemos entrevistado, qué tal que Marvel no sé, los apadrina o algo, pero no sé si te acuerdes, pero hay un personaje que se llama Tierra, Robert Reynolds, que es sobre, pero no desde el lado malo, sino desde el modo del del dark humor. Y también me gustaría, pero claro que tiene que obviamente aprender el dialecto inglés porque me gustaría verlo alguna vez, no sé, mi idea de de Capitán Bretaña. Entonces, no sé, eso sería interesante.
¿Cuál es ese personaje, Robert?
Robert Reynolds, llamado Tierra, no sé, Tierra 6.
Ah, it's crazy because John also watched some characters that look like you in the dark humor, of course, that you want to portray. One is called something like Robert Reynolds, like Capitán Tierra, something like that, Captain Earth. But the other one is Captain Britain, Capitán Bretaña.
Sí.
Captain Britain. You had to. It's kind of tough because this got like a British accent, but
yeah,
that character.
Yeah.
Man, I really love If I Can Have You for the same thing that you love me, for how it plays with the stereotypes that we hold for actors. And also for that dark humor, man. How do you feel? How do you connect with the humor in this movie? Because it's sometimes we expect to be scared or to feel worried for the characters, but we also laugh a lot. I was like, man, they're really making fun of this. I was wow. Tell me more. Yeah, how was your approach to this, man? Crazy screenplay. I love it. So tell us more.
Thank you. Yeah, I think the whole idea behind it, I think a lot of the inspiration came from kind of the Scream series. I think it's just like self-aware humor where there are things that are creepy, kind of scary, but at the same time the characters within the film are self-aware of the stereotypes that they're playing off of, right? So yeah, I mean, the humor was intentional, and we wanted the audience to feel that like tension that comes from a scary movie or a thriller or whatever, but also it's self-aware, so we can kind of laugh at it, like the cliches of that genre or those genres, you know?
In fact, I love the twist, the many twists. I was like, wow, wow, wow. What is the part that most surprised you reading the screenplay and then portraying your character, man? And when you finally saw it, because I always say midnight releasing is getting a lot of great movies, very weird movies, and this is one of the weirdest, man. I was like, wow.
Right. For me personally, as an actor, I would say the craziest part of the script for me was just the ambiguity of the characters, right? So the way the script is written, it leaves a lot of decisions to be made by the actors. So it's not spelled out who Austin, which was my character, or who River or Oliver, any of these characters. It's not completely written out who they are and what their motives are. So you kind of had to make decisions for yourself, which I think probably from a viewer's standpoint, you kind of have to make decisions about these characters yourself. Like it's not cut and dry. There's a lot of wiggle room with all these characters, and I think that's what surprised me or was most interesting about the script to me.
Yo sé que la película es bastante interesante por todos los personajes. Tenil es una actriz increíble. Yo miro el papel de ella, yo no sé por qué ella no tiene alguna nominación, pero qué papelazo. Entonces, se me hizo similar porque le pregunto a Brian, se me hace similar como la historia de ella, no solo desde el lado sentimental, sino desde el lado como humano, en que no se siente tranquila. La canción de Yvonne, de I Can't Have You. Entonces me gustaría preguntarte si de pronto hablaron con el guionista, si de pronto se hace similar los personajes a ese estilo de canción, no sé. todo puede ocurrir.
Le haré dos preguntas en una. Okay, I will try to do, because John do a really tricky question, but I understand him. And it's about the team men that we know. Everything is awesome here, but the special points from the ladies, man. They were amazing. Both of the sisters on the roles.
Yes.
And so the question from John is, the history of the movie, If I Can Have You, is also similar to the song of the same name from Yvonne from the screenplay was based on another source, like a song or something. And man, I had to ask you, and John is right. The performance deserve awards, man. But the ladies, wow. What do you think about their performances, man? I mean, I love both sisters, man. I love how they acted. How do you feel acting with the ladies, man?
They were amazing. So you had Tennille, who played Diane, and then you had Mandy, who played Barb. And their chemistry was amazing. It I mean, Tennille, this is, I mean, honestly, Tennille and Mandy, this is the first time that I acted with either of them. And I feel like they both took like a full plunge into their characters. So when I was on screen with them, it wasn't Tennille or Mandy, it was their characters.
Mm-hmm.
So it was amazing. And just kind of like the juxtaposition of like, you know, Tennille's character is pretty serious, Diane. And then you had Mandy, who played Barb, and Barb was so over the top and just hilarious. And I couldn't have asked for better people to play off of, because they just brought everything to life, man. Like, I didn't have to know my job. They knew theirs so well that it pulled me into whatever I needed to be there. And man, it was amazing. They're great.
And coming up with the question from the other question from John, the screenplay was based in another source, but because John feels that it had something to do with the song of the same name, or or this is just like a coincidence.
You're talking about the song, If I Can't Have You?
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I don't think the people that wrote the script were thinking about the song at all. I feel like it's just kind of a phrase, you know, and for what we were doing there, it just worked so well. So I made a TikTok with the song in it, If I Can't Have You, but I don't think that was on really anybody's mind during the development of it. But, you know, when we started posting stuff about the film and we had the title out there, everybody's like, that's kind of like that song, If I Can't Have You. And then, yeah, I just kind of played off of that when I made a TikTok about it. But yeah, no, I don't think that was at the top of anybody's mind. But yeah, definitely. Now when I say the title, that song goes through my head. But yeah.
Yes, impossible not to think about the song.
Yes, yes.
John,
you're aware of it, it's there.
Of course, John dice que obviamente es imposible no pensar en la canción. De hecho, él hizo un TikTok y muchas personas le preguntaron como que, tiene que ver, ¿no? Pero dice que le ha jugado a favor de la película. Es imposible no pensar en la canción, pero no. Y sobre las mujeres, pues increíbles ambas. Yo estoy de acuerdo. Dime, amigo.
Y eso es verdad, porque creo que el guionista o tanto el director o Minor Releasing, Saber Entertainment, yo digo que jugaron bien por la publicidad, porque se hace solita. Porque uno busca en YouTube, uno busca en esto, sale la película y sale la canción de Yvonne Sullivan. Elliman, perdón.
Man, it was well played. I don't know if for the producers, because man, you put If I Can Have You on YouTube and both appear, the movie and the song, man. So the movie don't need any promotion, man. It promotes yourself. That was a genius movement.
Yeah, and that's not on my part, so no credit on me. But yeah, genius. I mean, I worked with an amazing cast and crew, so Genius on their part for sure.
No, and talking about genius, and like we say, our friend Harley was before on the channel. Man, it's crazy because he did that, do the both things and do it well. He directs and he acts. Here he acts. But man, we also know that you are a producer. Tell us more about your this other aspect of your career, man. We want to know.
Yeah, so I do some producing. It's kind of like the character Austin. It's kind of an ambiguous role in film, you know. Producing is kind of there's so much to it, especially in independent films. So I would say one of the biggest aspects of it is number one, they're scheduling actors because most of the actors that work in the Michigan film industry, we work day jobs too. So it's kind of getting everybody's schedules to fit. And then I would say one of the other biggest things is getting locations. So there were a couple locations that through connections and stuff I was able to secure. And then I guess my role as a producer in this is I was kind of on board from the beginning and through the development of the story and stuff, and then just kind of figuring out logistics of is this realistic? Can we get this? Can we get this set? Like, can we secure this location and stuff like that? So I can't really take much credit at all. I did the bare minimum. When you talk about Tennille, which we already talked about her performance, but man, she's a superstar and she did so much of it. She's amazing. I almost don't even feel right calling myself a producer when you had Tennille on it, you know. She took care of almost everything.
Man, I have to translate because John will love it. John, es increíble porque, pues obviamente le pregunté, contamos sobre Harley, pero tú sabes muy bien que también Brian es productor. Y él dice que incluso fue una de las personas que ayudó a conseguir, estuvo desde el principio, ¿sabes? De que era solo la idea, y ayudó a conseguir algunos de los sets, pero que hay que volverlo a decir, Mentanil también se involucró como productora, o sea, ella es la estrella acá. Y es increíble porque todos tienen trabajo en el día, men. Y que es lo que nos está contando algo bueno del cine independiente, ¿no? Todas las personas en el cine independiente tienen otros trabajos, tienen que ordenar horarios. Brian, this is a crazy question. John said that the background in which you are, the background in the place that you are seeing, seems like the location of one of your short films. What happened? Is this real or not? And tell us about what happened, man.
It looks like what?
The background looks like the stage of the short film. What happened? You appear on that short film. Tell us more about. Is the same place or not? And tell us more about this short film.
This is one of my best friends. This is his house. So not a location that we filmed at, but I would love to film here at some point. It was his daughter's birthday today, so this is his basement. He's got a beautiful.
Tell your friend that he got beautiful, man. And tell us more about what happened.
You said what?
The short film Lot Happened.
A log cabin? Man, I got a horror film in mind, like designed around this place, because it's it's so beautiful. And it is in like the middle of the woods, like a foresty environment. So man, I got something in mind. So maybe we'll be talking again soon about it. We'll see.
Yes. John, que tiene algo en mente y puede que estemos hablando de nuevo acá.
Oh, sí. Qué bienvenido.
¿Quieres que le cuente la historia con Harley?
Sí, por favor.
I have to tell you, man, the history between John and Harley is one of the most craziest, man, it's one of a lifetime. John is the director of a movie called Operación Agramont. He is one of the few movies, there are only 2 movies that had been recorded in the city where we live. It's called Cúcuta. It's in the border with Venezuela. This is one of the movies. Man, it's crazy because when he created the channel,
Harley enters, and you know that Harley is the director for Nagramon's Gate. It was like, man, I got a movie with the same legend, and they were, yes, man, that was so beautiful. But it was crazy. I mean, if John never created this channel and never interviewed with Harley, he never know. And it's crazy because John found another rap artist that had a son of the same name. So it's like a diagram on universe. And one of my dreams is that John and Harley produce a movie together, man.
Oh, that'd be beautiful, man. That'd be beautiful. And let John know, I love what he's doing. This is amazing. And I love that you're helping with it. Like, this is amazing. Like, John's questions, like I was just saying earlier, like, I'll take whatever interview I can get, but it's a lot of it's the same questions, and you guys have unique questions that I did not feel like I could prepare for, and I love it, man. It's unique, and this feels like the first interview I've done in a sense, you know, because it's just like new questions, new energy, and you guys are doing a great job. I love it, man.
Man, I had to thank both of you because I haven't watched the video. And one of my short films appeared there and was like, what? I had to thank John. And man, I had to thank you, and I will translate. John, lo acaba de decir Brian, ¿no? Él ha sido entrevistado varias veces y dice que siempre las mismas preguntas. Dice que con lo que está pasando ahora siente que es la primera vez que lo entrevistan en su vida.
Wow, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
Oh, man.
No, man, it's a really
Ya me
honor to have
sonrojó,
you.
diga.
No, y John, también tengo que agradecerte. Estoy yendo a Brian. No sabía de que mi película está ahí, después hablamos, pero tengo que agradecerte.
Hey, there he is. We've been talking about you, waiting for you, man.
Yes, man.
It was crazy. Didn't have any chance to get on any sooner than this, but I'm going to make up for it right now.
Oh, man.
Man.
Dígale a Harley de que mire, Harley.
Harley, it was
Thanks,
crazy
John.
because
man.
you know that you are part of the family. In fact, it's great to see you again here. And man, the channel is crazy because I don't know if you know, you were the first, and John will correct me. John, él fue la primera entrevista con el nuevo formato, ¿cierto?
Sí,
Con el formato editado.
con el nuevo formato. Y dígale, por favor, de que yo en todas las... No sé si te has dado cuenta, Harley, pero en todas las publicaciones de Rotten Tomatoes que ya estoy haciendo parte y obviamente en todo el IMDb te he comentado todos tus filmes.
Okay, two things. Man, it's crazy because your interview was the first interview that got the format that we showcase the channel now with movie scenes. And John asked me a favor. He's now got an account on Rotten Tomatoes, and he's now all your movies.
It's awesome. I'm so happy for you guys. Like, so happy. You know what? I was thinking about this the other day. If we get our limited theatrical for Ash and Bone, and we do our premiere in LA, then I can't pay for the airfare. But if you can make it, you're on the VIP guest list.
Wow. Oh my God. John, dice Harley que pues es complicado por la cuestión, obviamente, no nos puede pagar obviamente avión, pero dice que si es posible, igual obviamente de acá agradecerle, tenemos entrada VIP para Ash and Bone, man. Y tú sabes que Ash and Bone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you guys can make it at all, I'll make sure you get to do the red carpet. You get to have all the fun of the night. You guys are so awesome, so supportive, and it means a lot.
I'm speechless, John. ¿Qué le quieres decir?
No, también agradecerle también a Saúl por enviarme el saludo de él cuando estaba estrenando el estreno. Man, es un multiverso.
Man, and it was crazy. We had to thank Saul. He sends you the high that you gave us for the channel, man. I always watch it on TikTok.
Oh yeah, from when we had the screening at the Chinese theater.
Yes.
Yeah, it was awesome. Saul was there, and he goes, Harley, give them a greeting, and I'm like, yes, for sure, anytime.
No, man.
Oh,
thank you. And we love, man, because you. Okay, no, I will let I was going to say this, but I will let John ask something. I love how do you are giving new life to the career of John Birch, but also giving life. Man, I love how Angeline Daniel Sama has
Oh, she's so
on
good.
your movies and the thing that she's amazing. And you, man, you
she's
discover it.
incredible.
She's incredible, man.
She's done
y hace
so
poco,
well.
y hace poco Hanai Coy Prado me felicitó por hacer la reseña de Eternal Code. Wow, man. Eso es una locura.
And man, yeah, John was congratulated for reviewing Eternal Code. No, man, we got like we. In fact,
Did you see on it's called VIX? Do you know what VIX is? It's a Univision's TV channel. It's called VIX, and Betrayed was one of the top 25 watched films in Mexico last year. Wow. And Eternal Code was in the top 100. And it's crazy for a little tiny, indie film from Michigan, right?
I know who watched it. Do you remember Cesar, our friend from Mexico? He shared it because I think he saw Eternal Code on Beats.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember it. And Brian is here now, so share the screen, man.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Sorry.
No, don't worry.
Brian crushed it. If I Can't Have You.
Oh,
man,
you did, man. What are you talking about?
Man, we were talking about that, but I agree. Totally agree.
Yeah. I'm salt and pepper. He's the steak, man.
No, dude. You killed it. Like, man, I wish you would have.
I had fun. I can tell you that. Like I had a blast.
The screen time that you had was chilling, dude. It was chilling. Like I watched it at like a couple of the premieres and stuff, but when you're there, like you have so many other things on your mind. So I watched it on my own fairly recently, and I was like, Harley killed that, dude. Like
I love that role. You loved yours too.
Yeah. I mean, it was chilling, dude. Like the writing was amazing. Obviously, we both love Tennille. Like, man, she put a superstar team together, dude. It was so amazing.
Yeah,
I've been seeing you for so long, and I was telling these guys, like, that was the first time we got to work together, and I loved it, dude. And like we connected on like different levels, and I was like, dude, Harley's just a good guy.
Gotta do this
for a long time. But I was like, dude, I feel scared to do. We had the physical role that one scene, and I was like, dude,
that was fun though.
He's gonna hurt me. So yeah, dude, it was amazing. You did an amazing job, man.
Thank you. Back at you though, like exactly played it to a T, man.
I appreciate that, and as did you. And you've seen like the behind the scenes videos, the side by side, and dude, that's so cool to see, man.
Yeah, it is.
I wasn't there to see it being filmed, but man, that's so cool. Like,
oh yeah,
you improvised those scenes, dude. Like that. So much of your role was physical.
Yes.
And like, that's, you can only write that in there so much, and you killed that, dude. You improvised it so well.
It was funny because I never knew how far they wanted to take it.
Yes.
There was a couple of times where in the script it says that I am watching her through the window and moaning. So it only made sense that I could be doing one thing.
Right. Yes. But dude, you killed that. I loved it, man.
Thank you. It
was an honor to share the screen with you, bro.
It was fun. I had a blast, man.
Yes. Yep.
That's an honor to be a part of that medley. That's beautiful.
La evolución del terror, dígale.
The thesis is called The Evolution of Terror, man. And man, I haven't watched it till today. For me, it's an honor that my little short film is with your movies, but with If I Can Have You, but with all the classes and the new words, man. I'm so honored, man. Oh, and
Yeah, that's amazing.
And the most beautiful thing is that in this channel, we have talked with a lot of people involved on those projects, man. It's like a dream come true. And you
Yeah,
are,
sure.
you both of you are part of them, man.
Bueno, yo les quiero hacer la última pregunta a todos ustedes y es, desde el inicio de sus carreras, por ejemplo, tanto a Harley y Brian, ¿cuál ha sido esa evolución de ustedes en el tema de su actuación y más en su personaje actual? O sea, ¿qué podemos aprender en la vida real de Greg, en ti Harley y en Austin, en Brian?
Okay, ya sé cómo hacer la pregunta. This is a final question from Brother Ju. See, watching, because as you know, Harley, when you were here, we talked about you heard the best of your careers from the beginning, and also you, Brian, from the beginning, the first short film. How do you see the evolution of you, both of you as an actors in these roles? Because like we were talking, amazing casting, amazing screenwriting, and man, all of you shine. So tell how do you see your evolution as an actors in If I Can Have You?
Our evolution in the film?
In your career, in getting to this character, like, man, yes, I feel like since I started this character show evolution, and it's a great character, man. Well, you
For me, I feel like this is probably the character that I played that hit closest to home, you know, because I feel like in the acting scene, I feel like Austin's character kind of plays off of a lot of the insecurities and stuff that I would say the majority of actors have, right? Like they like that limelight, and when they don't have it, it does something to them. And I don't think they always lash out as violently or as crazy as Austin did, but I think that's in the back of everybody's mind, right? And I just think that's kind of, I feel like Austin was like playing like an actor to the core, right? Like the most harsh, rigid version of an actor, model, whatever it is. And he just kind of, you know, when he didn't get the attention or the response that he feels he should have had, he just kind of lashed out violently. And I feel like I could kind of relate to that. Like I wouldn't lash out in that way, but you know, the feelings are there, right? Of like the lack of appreciation or acceptance. And I don't know. I guess that's kind of how I got there.
Yeah.
I'm sure Harley has a way better answer.
Yeah.
No,
Harley is
I'm gonna piggyback on what you said because there's just so much truth to that. And as an actor, for me, anyways, I always try to look at it from my own perspective first and say, do I have any of these pieces actively in me that I can tap into and bring on screen? And I do. I mean, I have been really where somebody took my brain over, where I couldn't stop. I was a lot younger and I couldn't control myself, but that's where I went. When I went into that place of where it was somebody that I had to have as much as I need to breathe. That's how bad I needed the other person. That's how I looked at Greg. Greg was in a place where he felt the only thing that could save him from his demons was Tennille's character. That was the only thing that could free him from those demons. So he probably should have been a lot smoother and cool about it, but that was just not Greg. Greg was the guy who didn't express himself that way. He did it all the wrong ways, and it got him into a whole lot of trouble.
Yes.
John.
Yo quiero preguntarle esto a Harley. O sea, ya es para finalizar porque me tiene intrigado. Men, yo admiro mucho a Brian por el papelazo que hizo. O sea, es asombroso. Pero la trayectoria de Harley, hablar con él es, no sé, es como la nueva generación del terror, del suspenso. Y yo quiero preguntarle, men, los personajes que has interpretado, aparte de ser el productor, director, casi la mente maestra de todo su universo, men, ¿qué haría? Yo creo que esta pregunta hasta ahorita te la hacen y quiero aprovechar e preguntarle si en un cuarto estuvieran todos tus personajes, como Ned, Sam, Detective Cagwell, Lucas Vanderbilt, Seke y Gret en un cuarto, ¿qué harían? Desde la mente
Man,
tuya, man.
this is an amazing question. It's from Harley. Man,
Okay.
what will, and John felt that nobody has asked it, so I feel great. What will happen if in a room appears Ned, Sam, Detective Caldwell, Lucas Vanderbilt, Seth, and Gret, all your characters? What will happen?
Oh, what will happen to the characters?
Yes, all these crazy
cuarto.
guys in the same room, in a room. What will happen?
I think either Nick or Caldwell will kill them all.
John, creo que entendiste. No tengo que traducir.
What do you think? Am I right?
John,
Even Mikhail from Betrayed would have an argument. I play some pretty intense characters.
John dice que Ned o Caldwell los matan a todos.
No, ves.
Y dice que, que incluso el de Betray, man, que incluso el de Betray, porque él siempre ha interpretado, él siempre dice, ¿no? Que aquí hago una aclaración, él lo dijo en la anterior respuesta. Tú analizas mucho el personaje de Gret, él pudo haber reaccionado de una manera distinta, pero si no hubiera reaccionado de manera, no hubiera sido Gret. Y tú sabes que la única persona que podía calmarlo, pues ya sabes quién es. Entonces por eso él reacciona así, y él dice que él ha interpretado todos esos niveles de intensidad. Entonces sí, se van a matar.
No,
¿sabes?
eso es asombroso. Y yo creo que Crow, your character, yo creo que le da pelea a Gretman. Eso es.
Crow will fight to Gretman. Crow will defend against the attacks. Yeah, this one.
Well, because he's a demon.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, he's kind of hard to beat.
Duro de vencer, John, como en las películas, duro de matar. Dice que lo haría tal vez porque es un demonio.
Bueno, vamos a mostrar el tráiler de I Can't Have You.
Okay, we will showcase the trailer of this amazing movie. So, go ahead.
You're Naked Neche? Have you ever considered that you criticize my profession?
I was kidding, you're psycho!
I've come to find that people that resist my help tend to need it the most.
I leave for 10 minutes and there's a boy in your room.
I'm 40 years old, Barb.
You're right.
Prisoner 08152013.
Your parole officer said you were coming in.
There are a ton of crazies in the world and they all want you.
Too bad. None of you can have me.
You're hurting me.
You so much as look at me.
Look who it is, the prodigal psycho.
I want you so bad.
If I can't have you.
No one can.
I was just trying to keep you safe. My sister has a sketchy history with men.
She must like some really creepy dudes, that's for sure, right?
Seems that way, yeah.
Right? Look at who she picked, man.
Right.
John dice que a ella le gustan los chicos raros.
Sí, de hecho, yo quiero decirle que, o sea, mis respetos para ti, Brian, por hacer un papel que yo digo, wow, man. Y con Gren, tú, Harry, o sea, yo digo, entre Gre y Austin se llevarían bien.
As a final, man, we think that Gret and Austin we will be good friends in real life, man. They both so crazy.
Right? I don't know if you know this, but I'm going to let you in on a secret. In Brian's contract, it said that he had to have his shirt off at least twice.
Facts. That's the only way I get roles is if I agree to take my shirt off. So
he's Michigan's Brad Pitt.
El nuevo Rapid.
De Michigan. John, es que lo dice. En el contrato él tenía que quitarse la camisa 2 veces. Que él así consigue sus papeles.
No, man, yo quisiera aplaudirle.
Bravo.
Bueno, es hora de decir tus redes sociales. Invitan a ver. No, exacto. Y bueno, la última la foto.
Okay. Before the picture, first, Brian, Harley knows how is it in the channel. Brian, the camera is yours. Say hi to the people that the channel, to the people that you want. Tell your social media so people can follow you and invite to see this movie. Also for Harley, again, say hi, say your social media, invite people to watch this movie. And if people have to be aware of some projects, go ahead, man. First, Brian.
Man, you got me trying to remember my social media. Instagram, Brian B8877. Facebook, Brian Boynton. TikTok, Traumatic Bliss. If you
TikTok,
want,
if I can have you.
You said what?
TikTok, if I can have you, you know the video.
If I can't have you, check it out on Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Vudu, tons of other places, but most people are giving me positive feedback for Amazon Prime. It's there, very available. Man, you guys run a great show, dude. Like these questions I would have never thought of in a million years. A lot of the ones that we had. So props to you guys, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys talking to me. This is great. And it's great to see Harley. Haven't seen him in a hot minute.
Master.
Master Harley, is now it's your turn. And thank you, Brian. Always
Thank you. Thank you.
Harley, no, tus redes, Harley, eso.
Yes, Harley, your social media and invite people to watch If I Can Have You.
Well, I am Harley Wallen, and I really think you should check out If I Can't Have You. It's very rare that you find a movie that's a touch original, where I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to laugh out loud, you're going to be a little scared, and you're going to have a lot of fun. For sure. And it's available pretty much anywhere where you can find VOD. And I'm sure after that, it's going to be pretty much everywhere. So make sure you check it out. I'm Harley Wallen in one form or another, pretty much on everything. So come at me. It's always a pleasure, John. You guys are the best. I love you guys. I already told you you're invited to Ash and Bones LA premiere. You get to walk the red carpet. You get to hang out. You get to have a blast. We've been talking for a couple of years, so you are officially invited.
We would love, yes, Harley, before this ends. 1 week ago, your interview in this channel turned 1 year.
Oh, wow. It's a year.
2, we are waiting for Finding Nicole.
Yes.
And 3, man, yes, we are loving Taylor Tales, man. Why we're not going to love Jan Beers and that amazing series, man?
Love it. Thank you. Yeah, we're actually right now negotiating season 2.
Yes.
And wouldn't it be cool if Brian was in that?
Dude, that would be an honor.
Please, man, please.
He'd fit right in.
That'd be an honor, man.
You'd fit right in, without a doubt.
I appreciate that. Huge honor.
Brian,
wow, Brian. That was a beautiful.
Brian, regresa pronto y haz prensa para Bad Money, man. Yo lo estoy esperando.
Brian, you are welcome in the channel to do press from Bad Money. So this is your family now.
I appreciate that. You guys are great, man. I really appreciate it.
Oh, man.
You're awesome. You're great. And John, gracias. I will tell John because I didn't know about the tribute, man. John, gracias.
Oh, man. It's pleasure. It's honor for all. Muchas gracias.
It's an honor. And muchas gracias. Bye. Thank you so much. Bye.
I appreciate you. So nice talking to you guys.
God bless you.
God bless you. Dios los bendiga. Vayan con Dios.
Bye bye.
All right, bye guys. Appreciate it.